Hey guys, my name is Lilly and today I want to report about the situation in Europe in December 2023. So first of all, I would like to mention that it's really, really cold. So at the beginning of December, we've gotten a sudden change in weather. It's gotten really cold and we got a lot of snow. So because of that, we had a lot of accidents on the Autobahn, but also some trees fell over power lines, and then a couple of thousand Austrians did not have electricity for 2 to 3 days. So here you can see a map of Austria and how cold it has gotten. In some regions we got down to minus 25 degrees Celsius, and that's really unusual for the beginning of December in the lowlands of Austria. So of course in the high mountains it's really cold, even in December. But usually in the lowlands, and that's where I'm living, it's not that cold anymore. Now, the weather report has said that this is the coldest beginning of December in 20 years. And I've read that when La Niña switches to El Niño, the first winter after that switch is really cold in the northern hemisphere. So it probably has to do with El Niño. And that can sometimes make winters colder and also bring more precipitation and snow. Yeah, the next I would like to show you a newspaper article. So now, unfortunately, they are pushing through the ID Austria. They say that they also want your biometrics, like face scan or fingerprint. So it's only going to work on phones which have that feature. So it's not going to work on smartphones which are older. And yeah, they now want to push us into this direction and make this digital ID thing. Now, a lot of people don't think much about it because they say, yeah, so what? It's going to be great because then I don't have to take my driving license with me when I'm driving. So everything is going to be stored on my phone directly. This is not the problem. The problem is that when you have a digital identity, they will not stop right there. They will also introduce a digital wallet where they put in some CBDC money. So this money comes directly from the central bank and it's a programmable money. So anytime you make a Facebook post where you say something that goes against the narrative, they can just turn off your money or set it to zero. So this is what they can do with digital IDs and digital money. Then also they will want to introduce a social score like they already have in China. So then if you don't behave, you cannot enter a train anymore. You cannot purchase anything from a vending machine. You cannot board a train if you don't behave. So you cannot even leave the country. And those things, they are really communist style, like dystopia. And this is what they can do with digital IDs. So it's really important that we boycott the system and we say no. And we boycott it as long as we can. And if we are not using it, then they cannot implement CBDCs or social scores. Okay, so now let's check out how the digital ID is playing out in China. So here this post is saying that the CBDC is linked to citizens' mandatory digital IDs, and if somebody drives over the speed limit of, in this case, 20 kilometers per hour, the speed camera system automatically deducts a fine from their digital wallet. Okay, next I want to show you this post here. Here it's saying that on WeChat, you can see other people and you can search for people with a low social credit score so you can move away from them and protect your own score, including family. Now this lady here, I've already shown you in a previous video. So she has a gift card that she wants to spend in a store, but she cannot spend it because her Face ID is not working for some kind of reason. Then here we have a post that states that you need facial recognition digital ID is mandatory to get into train stations and to board your train. So you cannot go with the train without this digital ID anymore. This is on the airport, where you also need your face to be scanned. Otherwise you cannot board the plane. Okay, this lady wants to buy something from a vending machine in China, and you can only buy food from a vending machine if your social credit score is over 550. So then you have to scan the QR code on the door and choose your items, and then you can take them out of the vending machine. So this is how it goes. This is the future, guys, if you do not resist. Okay, the next topic is that Austrians are hoarding weapons, firearms. So right now, officially, there are 1.4 million weapons in Austria. Yeah, so Austrians, we have a lot of weapons, especially hunters and sport shooters, and we can also possess firearms. It's really hard to get a concealed carry license though, so almost nobody gets that anymore except for police officers. So yeah, guys, I'm planning to make a video about the Austrian weapons law, but I don't want to post it here on YouTube because YouTube is really strict with, guns, and I think they would demonetize my video anyway. So I've decided that I will make this video and post it on Twitter. So if you want to see a video about the Austrian weapon law, then please go on Twitter and follow me there. You will find a link to my Twitter account in the first pinned comment below. Okay, the next topic is that a lot of people are sick in Austria right now. So it's over 300,000 people that are not going to work. They have to stay at home because they have either a cold or the flu or corona. And I personally do know a lot of people who are sick as well. Very sick. One of my friends is very sick. Other friends, they just have slight sickness. But everywhere you look, it seems as if the immunity of people is not as good anymore. And usually I'm the first one who catches a cold or some kind of other sickness. But guys, I'm taking high doses of vitamin D now, and I'm the only one that is not sick anymore. Also, I'm giving vitamin D to my son, and he's also not sick, although in kindergarten some people had corona. So vitamin D is really important. Make sure that you take it, and make sure that you take enough of it. The daily recommendation that they officially tell us, I believe that that's not enough, and I can prove it with my own blood work. So right now I'm taking 10,000 units of vitamin D, and I just made a blood test, and my vitamin D level is only at 58. And the normal range of vitamin D is between 30 and 100. So I'm not even reaching the middle of the normal range, although I'm taking high doses of vitamin D. So I'm personally taking 10,000 units. This is also what my physician has told me to take. And since then, I'm not getting sick anymore. Now there's also positive news. I've read today that in the UK, people are now using cash more and more again. So it's the first time in a decade that the number of cash payments have risen, and it was actually increased by 7% to last year. So that's really awesome. So many people now have understood that freedom comes with cash, and if you want to keep your freedoms and privacy, that you want to pay cash. So I think that's a really, really good development, and I really like that people are waking up and using cash for their payments again. So that's really awesome. All right, then we have two more good news before we end the video. So the inflation has gone down to 5.4%. Finally, that's good. that's going to give people here in Austria a break from getting their household plans wrecked. And the next good news is that lab-grown meat was forbidden in Italy. So it's now forbidden, and I think that's awesome. I think that's really awesome. I wish that my country made the same decision. I don't believe 1 second that lab-grown meat is healthy at all.
Another thing is that cows and other grass-eating species have a digestion system that emits methane. And methane is a very powerful greenhouse gas. And so cows alone account for about 6% of global emissions. And so we need to change cows, just cows alone.
How are we going to do that?
Well, actually, of all the categories, the one that has gone better than I would have expected 5 years ago is this work to make what's called artificial meat. And so you have people like Impossible or Beyond Meat, both of which I invested in.
You eat it as well, and you like it?
Absolutely.
You do. Okay.
You can go to Burger King and buy the Impossible Burger.
Also, I would like to know what enzymes they are using to make this meat. So where are the proteins, the enzymes, coming from to grow this meat? Also, I heard that they are growing this meat in huge pressure cookers. And pressure cookers need a whole lot of energy. I have a small pressure cooker at home. It's maybe this big, okay? Like this. And it needs 2000 watts or 2500 watts. So it's really energy intensive to grow lab-grown meat. I cannot imagine that this is really CO2 neutral because it's needing so much electricity. So yeah, I'm happy for the Italians that they are now banning lab-grown meat. I think that's awesome. I think that we humans, we should eat real meat that comes from healthy animals that had a great life. Alright guys, so this is it for today. I really want to thank you guys for watching and stay tuned till next time.